Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw. We are here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And what tonight will be known as, and what Washington will hold tonight, is the deathbed of Adam Cole. Because the coward that he is, the joke that he made himself, the #1 target that he made himself for the Bullet Club last week, is here tonight. He's primed in his mind to go into action, but the reality is he won't make it out of Washington alive. He's primed to fight the Undertaker. He's primed to be stupid enough to think he can set in the ring with the dead man. Well, the reality is he's the dead man walking. But tonight, the Bullet Club pulls the trigger on the man they thought was his leader. Were they a leader? Was the man they could look to as a member of our goddamn family? And we will bring about the end of Adam Cole. He tried to start this whole thing by betraying us. Well, we'll make sure that he remembers you don't turn your back on family. And in your back, your knife will lie that you tried to stab us with. You only harmed us. But tonight, Adam Cole, what happens to you, it will be fatal. But I guess before we get to any of that, before we get to what matters on this card, we've got other things we need to get through for whatever reason. And that starts with this tag team match we begin with here tonight. TM61 in action, taking on a newly formed team. And if you've been following Raw for these last few weeks and you haven't been paying attention to the Bullet Club, well, that's your bad. To be missing out on the biggest thing there is going today in the history of this universe and for the future, because the Bullet Club is the present, it's the future, and Adam Cole himself shows no sign of being able to try and slow it down. But if you've been paying attention to Raw, been paying attention to other aspects of Raw, you would have realized over these last few weeks that Zack, Ryder and Christian have been helping each other out to kind of a mutual respect, I guess, formed between these two men. It started, I guess, a few weeks back when Ryder beat Christian, to which Christian showed respect to Ryder by raising his arm up as the winner, then helped him out again by helping him defeat James Storm 2 weeks back, to which Zack Ryder returned the favor last week, letting Christian defeat Kofi Kingston through the assistance of Zack Ryder. So there is, some kind of mutual respect, I guess, being formed between these two men, and we're gonna, and the Raw general manager was quick to get his hands on it, we are seeing right here, as Zack Ryder and Christian will team up to take on TM61. Very interesting thing to witness, I guess you could say. Very interesting that these two men are going to be teaming up with each other, and I guess it's kind of a where are we going to go from here. There's got some quite a few other unanswered questions from last week that we are going to get answered here tonight in quite a few regards. One of the more interesting stories, not being Bullet Club related, was in regards to the Bryan, Kendrick and Daniel Bryan. Well, that'll be settled a little bit. We'll get somewhere with that here tonight when Daniel Bryan squares off against the bodyguard of the Bryan Kendrick, that being Diesel. Of course, before we get to any of that, we move on. We focus even on this tag match here. Zack Ryder and Christian in their first tag team outing. It was not that long ago. These two men, of course, were feuding with one another. They settled it in a big cage match back at Over the Limit in June. And now here they are a few months later teaming. It's as if the fighting they went through with one another has bonded them closer together. And this kind of respect of just being, I guess, shoved down the card consistently. From the better talents, let's be honest. The likes of the Bullet Club just kind of shoving them down. I guess they just kind of reached their boiling point as a result of it. And now here tonight, Christian and Ryder want to prove that attention should be on them, that focus should be on them. Well, they've got to try and go through TM61. A hot new duo that made their debut a few weeks ago. They've got a good amount of support behind them. They've got a good amount of momentum as well. They've only been defeated by the Brood, which is saying something, to be fair. There's kind of like this upper echelon right now to the tag team division. You've got the Good Brothers and you've got the Brood. That's it. It's simple. Everyone else is beneath those two teams. We are waiting for the Bullet Club and the Brood to clash. We know it's coming at some point, but we just got to figure out when that point is going to be. Until then, it's nice to see, though, and I hate to give credit to the Raw General Manager, but it's nice to see that the tag team division is being added to with two fresh acts, as we're seeing here, especially, you know, with a few weeks ago, the Revolution splitting up, Marty Scurll and Michael Bennett not really looking like they're on each other's side as much. You see we've seen Scurll around a few more of these last weeks. We have seen nothing of Michael Bennett. So it's very, very interesting in that regard as to what will go on from there. But of course there is, I guess, like I said, you know, there's still this upper echelon, this Bullet Club, Brood, everyone else type mentality that's going through Monday Night Raw. But, you know, there are still some teams waiting to burst out of the bubble and make a name for themselves and get themselves out there. And one of these two teams, I think both these teams maybe have a chance of it. TM61, I think, certainly more than Ryder and Christian. They're still new, they're still young. Zack Ryder's still kind of young. They're still fresh in this universe. They've got all the spirits within them, I guess you could say, to try and make something happen in this universe. Nick Miller tagged in now, and here we go. We're going to see the tag work between Zack Ryder and Christian as Captain Charisma's the legal man here. Both these men, former United States champions. Christian, a former tag team champion a long time ago within this universe, so maybe he can use that old tag team knowledge of his to his advantage. Nick Miller there bats that away, and a big drop kick to Christian will send him down. Like I said, being the youngsters of the TM61, have they got more fire, have they got more passion within them to take to Ryder and Christian here? Christian there pushing him away and finds a little opening for himself. Nice little facebuster suplex there. As Captain Charisma now, can he find an opening to work with here in the corner on Nick Miller? TM61 perhaps looking for perhaps looking for another big win. And what I would argue is this is not about making yourself #1 contender right now. This is about, you know, getting yourself down the line. Oh my God, look at the strength there of Nick Miller. Very amazed to see that. Another tag here, Shane Thorne back in. I was very taken back there by the strength of Nick Miller and the reverse Hurricanrana there by Shane Thorne. And looking at them, you know, looking at these two on paper, I would have imagined it being the other way. I don't know, Thorne looks much more stronger than Miller, and in return, Miller looks like he'd be more agile than Thorne, but I guess not. Christian has been in this match now for a little bit. Oh, look, that is kind of smart there by Christian, just trying to stop Thorne in his tracks, but Thorne makes him pay with a power bomb. That's going to leave a mark on you. Back suplex here, countered by Christian. Miller wanted to tag in there, but the veteran mindset of Christian gave himself that opening to just stop it in his tracks. And again, he just, with a simple strike, make sure that Miller can't progress any more further. Thorne can't progress any further. Tag made. Back in comes Zack Ryder here. The new duo are showing that they have a good amount of experience going for them, but there's the tag made. In comes Nick Miller once more. Ryder could be in some trouble here. Look at this though, great counter by Ryder. Oh, what's Ryder going to do? Has him up in a powerbomb position, but it's enough for Nick Miller to counter out of it there. And here's the opening again. A big drop kick by Miller. And it looked like maybe a reverse elbow he had in mind there. Ryder found the opening to counter out of it. Tornado DDT. And Ryder sees that as an opening to go for the cover here on Miller. Very early kick out. What more can Zack Ryder do in this one right now? I was about to say they have a bit of a 2-on-1 advantage, but it seems not, as back on the apron comes Shane Thorne. This little neck breaker there by Zack Ryder. And he'll go up to the top rope here. Could we see the move that won him the US title? The elbow drop, there it is. Nailed on the money. Cover by Ryder. And look at how Thorne jumped in the ring right away. But he didn't know what to do, essentially. Very surprising there. I have to be honest that that would happen, and Now all of a sudden, Nick Miller's found a way to create an opening for himself in the corner here. Uh-oh, he's going to send Ryder into the other turnbuckle now. Big punch in the face. Tag made here into Shane Thorne. Could we see something big from TM61? Back suplex, and Thorne with, a senton splash there. Or swanton, whatever you want to call it. Over the top rope and down on Zack Ryder. Phoenix splash from the second rope by Shane Thorne. And that could be a huge opening to give TM61 the victory. Giant lariat there by Shane Thorne. Ryder almost looking out on his feet here. No, he counters it. Ryder counters. Rough Ryder to Shane Thorne. And like we've seen with their victories recently, that out of nowhere aspect almost won it for them there, if not for the interruption, just barely, by Nick Miller. Shane Thorne looking fairly dazed. Ryder into a roll-up there. Not too sure why he thought that roll-up would be the best for them, given how close they were to the ropes. Over the top rope now. And he's going to tag back in Nick Miller here. Ryder going to take the opportunity to go up to the top rope and give Miller a drop kick there. Didn't really nail it on the money, has to be said. But Ryder and Christian have been impressing me here on their debut as a tag team. Did I just say Ryder and Miller? I meant Ryder and Christian. Jesus Christ. Nick Miller, elbow in the back here. And now TM61 could be looking for victory again. Miller has him in position. Ryder pulls out another reversal. Ryder with another roll up here to try and put away Nick Miller. Will it be victory? Oh, it's a leg kick out of two. Flips it over in the cover. There's one. And Ryder's kicking out. I think Nick Miller just got busted open from that elbow. A very hard elbow there by Zack Ryder, but still, Ryder can't make the tag in. And it's another shin breaker that'll send him down. I think maybe Nick Miller may want to make the tag out here back into Shane Thorne. And that'll give Christian the opening to tag himself in. Here comes Captain Charisma. Big forearms. And a reverse elbow there will send him down. Thorne wants the tag, but he's not going to get it. Christian now, small package roll up. Can he put away Nick Miller with it? There's one, there's two, and Miller just kicks out again. Christian looking for anything here as he sends Miller into the corner. Big time drop kick. Went to follow up with a big knee, but it's countered. Spine buster by Miller. The opportunity, though, is reversed by Christian, and he's trying to find an opening for his team. Nick Miller, though, trying to deny it here. And there's the spine buster again by Miller. What could be a huge win for TM61. Still well and truly on the cards here. Christian sent basically careening into that turnbuckle there. Kicking the gut, and there's a counter. Christian now's busted open. And Nick Miller can capitalize. Don't ask what happened to Nick Miller's head. I have no idea. It's suddenly not bleeding. This is a good game. And Miller now going over to his teammate, tagging in Shane Thorne, who for whatever reason is now bleeding. This game is great. Up to the second rope goes Thorne now. And he's calling Christian in position. Looks to fly and hits the drop kick there. Ryder calling for the tag, but he couldn't make it in. Shane Thorne denies him. This has been a right back and forth opener here between both teams. Big kick to the back, countered. Christian rolls up Thorne here, and Thorne though is in the ropes. That could still be an opening that Christian can capitalize on. I guess not, apparently. It's by grabbing him, clearly. It's countered, or something along those lines. Thorne countered back though. In the corner goes Christian. Big drop kick sends down Shane Thorne now. What will they look for here? Went for something. Countered again by Thorne. Kick in the gut. Counter by Christian. These two men, despite it being fairly late in the matchup, are going back and forth with counters to one another. Christian turns him round. Just didn't have the energy in him though to look for the kill switch. But Christian now with that one little opening may have it coming just his way. Thorn is dazed and he could well be out of it. Christian turns him round. Kill switch to Shane Thorn. Rolls over into the cover. There's one. There's two. Victory for Christian and Zack Ryder upon their tag team debut. That is a bit of a surprise, all things considered. And that was something that was not easy at all. TM61 were put in their way as a test, I guess. This was a test for both teams. But it is Christian and Ryder who just pull out the win in their debut. A lot of faults in this tag team, to be fair, but there were still some shining examples to come from them. Could this be a tag team for the future of Raw? To be honest, as long as the Bullet Club is around, I don't think so. But a win for them nonetheless is still something they can celebrate. Well, there you go, that's how you get things started on Monday Night Raw, apparently showing off the future of the brand that you have for you. We're going to move on now to our next contest. The ever great, the ever illustrious Bullet Club is in action, because it's Paige against Alexa Bliss. Let's get to it. Without further ado, let's just make Adam Cole realize the mistake he made by thinking he could turn his back on us. Let's make Adam Cole aware of every single little mistake he did, and Paige is going to be the one to kick that one off. She's not even interested in sitting to Alexa Bliss's entrance, blindsiding the woman she's facing here tonight. Clearly, what happened last week has been a frustration, not just for Dolph Ziggler, not just for the Good Brothers, but has affected Paige as well. Why? Because we are a family. Adam Cole wouldn't know about family values and family matters, since he found himself easy and able to do what he did last week with no worries, I guess, or no concerns. But what you're seeing here is what happens when you frustrate an entire family, and Paige is a part of that family. She is the one who has ruled the Raw Women's division on her own. No one has come close to this woman. She has almost monopolized her own division. But yet we've got Adam Cole out here thinking he can bring an end to this. Thinking he will be the one to try and stop the Bullet Club. You and what army, Adam Cole? You and who? You've made the entirety of Raw vilify you, for one. And for two, you can't take the Women's Championship. You just can't. It's impossible. So I don't know how you're going to pull that one off, and no one's going to stop Paige anyway, because there's no one on this Raw Women's roster who can stop Paige. That's not even an opinion, that's a fact. Take a look at how many people Paige has been through on this division. It equates to about all of them, twice. That is what happens when you are Bullet Club. Although you wouldn't know that anymore, Adam Cole. Would you? Don't worry, I'm sure I'll have more time and more space to talk about Adam Cole. And he'll have plenty of time to think about the mistake he made doing what he did last week. When he's 6 feet under. When the Bullet Club is done with him. And done with his carcass and throws him out to pasture. Then maybe Adam Cole will realize the mistake he made. Then maybe Adam Cole will think about how unwise it was to rattle the hornet's nest. To think he could try and pull off something that he never once stood a chance of being able to do. In what part of your mind, Adam Cole, do you think that you can bring down this group? You may well have been the leader of it, and you may well have arguably built it. But the fact is, now we run everything. We own everything. We don't need you anymore. We are just fine without you. And Paige is proving that right now as she decimates Alexa Bliss. There's the Paige turner. Paige into the cover, looking for the victory. There's one and only one. But this just goes to show you how great the Bullet Club is without Adam Cole. fact, if you tell me, if I, just going from this match, I'd say we look even better than before. Look at this, another fallaway slam on its way for Alexa Bliss. That's not going to do any favors to her back, but who really cares? Bliss has been someone to try and get on the bad side of Paige before, and she deserves every last beating she gets here, dumped on her face. And here we go, this one looking like it could be over before it starts. This serves not only as a warning to the Raw Women's roster, but to Adam Cole. This is what the Bullet Club looks like without you. We don't need you anymore, Cole, but you need us. And you're going to realize the mistake you made. That is a submission victory for Paige in ease. In mere minutes, Paige has knocked off someone who could have been seen as the #1 contender to her title. Victory for Paige. Oh my god, no! Where did she hasn't been seen in months! Rosemary! Where the hell has she come from? Last time we saw her, she was sent on her way by Paige. This is no, this is not happening. This is a nightmare. Paige is in the cusp of Rosemary. She's in her grasp and it's planted down. Where did Rosemary come from? What? No, don't tell me this means what I think it means. Oh my god. This is worrying. This is seriously worrying now. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. Nothing happened there. Nothing. Yeah, to be fair, something big did happen. Shit. Right. Well, Rosemary's back, and she has made a beeline already for the Raw Women's Champion. This is concerning. This is very, very concerning indeed. I'm not really too sure how to feel about this one, I gotta be honest, but I guess there's no time to dwell on it yet. The Bullet Club has time to think about it more. We've got plenty of time until the pay-per-view, and we've got plenty of time to think about how to deal with situations. And I guess Paige's problems with Rosemary will just have to be kind of tacked on to the Adam Cole situation right now. But the problem is but there's no one else, There's nothing else to worry about. Sure, Rosemary has piped herself up, but I'm not seeing anyone else trying to pipe up and challenge the Bullet Club, so I think we feel pretty damn safe about it all. But here tonight, we're going to move on now to this next matchup. Daniel Bryan going to take on Diesel here. Of course, the bodyguard of the Bryan Kendrick. And what happened last week on Raw was very interesting to say the least. It has to be said. I mean, we had Daniel Bryan taking on The Miz. He defeated him, and then after the defeat, what was very surprising to see was that the Bryan Kendrick to come out and start attacking and jumping Daniel Bryan from behind, laying him out in the ring, making him submit to the captain's hook. And now here tonight, as a result of that, the Raw General Manager has made sure that this keeps on going. And tonight, because of that, we will see Diesel square off against Daniel Bryan. He's taken on Daniel Bryan's taken on a great deal of tough competitors in the past. The likes of Sting when he was undefeated. He's taken on some of the very best that there has been to offer, but here tonight he has just taken on a very big, strong man in Diesel. So it'll be interesting to see what his plan is, and he's going right for the kicks already to Diesel. Taking him down early there. He's going to have to find a way to work around Diesel early, work him over, and eventually, lead into such a way that he can pick up the win with it. Counter by Diesel there, who uses his power to easily hoof Daniel Bryan over his head. Oh, face first into the turnbuckle there. And a big boot sends Bryan down. This is going to be the problem for Bryan in this one. He is very, He's adored by the Raw roster and the Raw crowd, but he is very much in some aspects an underdog. Now, he has been an underdog basically his entire career. This is one of those situations where it's tough for the underdog to overcome his problems. Big knee, though, to Diesel to send him down, and Bryan's going to have to think, you know, he has to have come in with a game plan to be fair, and oh, that's a big kick to send Diesel down. Bryan lashing into a cover, and look at that. Diesel just shrugs it off. Bryan continuing on, though. Twisting neck breaker sends him down there, and look at this. Bryan not afraid to get rough either. Repeated stomps into the gut of Diesel. And to the top rope now goes Bryan. He is thinking, you know, if he's got a game plan right now, he's thinking it through well, but oh, Diesel able to get out of the way there. And look at that, just toying basically with Daniel Bryan, able to shove him on the floor with ease. Once again, just pushing him away from the ropes. Daniel Bryan is... Diesel's not even doing that much, truth be told. But he is doing enough to give Daniel Bryan... Like, you know, his moves that he's doing are not very showy, but they're effective in the same way. Because he's trying to frustrate Daniel Bryan. He's trying to get the worst out of Bryan. Went for that dropkick in the corner, and once more Diesel able to counter it. And an STO. Turns things back around into the side of Diesel. Oh, there's that big punch. There is that punch that knocks him square in the head. Daniel Bryan, for all we know, could be done for here. And this could be much to the amusement of the Bryan Kendrick. Back suplex. Bryan gets himself out of it. Diesel sent in the corner, and Bryan's feeling something here. He's feeling like he's getting himself geared up here. Bryan in the turnbuckle. Able to flip over Diesel. Ducks the clothesline. And a big elbow. Daniel Bryan's getting himself back in this one. And the Bryan Kendrick looks like he's trying to keep his cool on the outside. But for how much longer? There's the flying headbutt by Bryan. And in the corner he goes now. Ready for victory. Ready to put this one away with the Baisaku knee kick. Into the cover he goes. There it is with 1, 2. No, Diesel raising the far shoulder up there. That says a lot about Diesel there. Daniel Bryan hit all of that, and Diesel kicked out of it. And look at that, Bryan's now, he's not getting back up to his feet, and Diesel's almost just toying with that. He's just almost laughing off Daniel Bryan. He wore himself out with everything he went for there. And now Bryan having to force himself up to his feet here. Playing maybe a bit of possum with Diesel, but oh, Diesel gets the last laugh, sending him down to the mat with a backdrop. Hard strike. Oh, 2 hard strikes there, and oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Diesel may have this one won. He's got Bryan in his grasp here for the jackknife. Bryan flips his way out of it. Bryan gets out of it there, and a big running knee again. Oh, sorry, that was a running elbow. Will send him down. Cover on Diesel here, and he's kicking at it too. But Diesel, you know, to not hit his jackknife is a pretty big deal. Bryan again just kind of jumping into a cover here, hoping for the best. Trying to hope that he can put away Diesel with it, in all fairness. And let's see what else Daniel Bryan can bring out here. Nothing much as he's sent into the turnbuckle by Diesel. Oh, this ain't looking good. Up on the top rung of them all. Bryan's in big trouble here. From the top rope. Sidewalk slam. And Bryan's back is going to be screaming in pain. Diesel into a cover here. Looking for victory over Bryan. But look at how Bryan's able to still kick out early on here. Oh, and again to the back. So much damage being done to the back there. It's tough for Bryan to try and repeatedly fight on, it has to be said. Bryan now going out to the apron right in front of Kendrick. Oh! Didn't really get... I'm not sure if he got all of that one, but he certainly got enough to keep Diesel down. And here goes Bryan now, using all of his power to his advantage here, blasting in with the kicks into the chest, and then the one across the head. Bryan floors Diesel, looking for the victory here. Ref into count with 1, 2. Oh, Diesel kicks out again, and Bryan can hardly believe it. Now what does Bryan do to try and get the win in this one? And he better watch out as well, because Kendrick's still on the outside. He's still watching this one very closely. And somehow Diesel now has found a way to fight back and once again turn this match around to being his. Cover on Bryan once more as he looks for the win here. There's one, but it's not going to be anything more than that. Kendrick willing on Diesel here. Letting the bodyguard do his duty. Letting the bodyguard do his job for him, essentially. Big time elbow drop. Daniel Bryan showing great moments where he could win this matchup, but Diesel's been incredibly tough for him. Cover here now by Daniel Bryan. But it's a kick out at 2. He's just simple strikes, trying to daze the big man. And oh, Diesel with the counter there. Not too sure what he was looking for, but whatever it was, Diesel has pulled out the counter to it, or Daniel Bryan's pulled out the counter to it. Either way, once again, we're going up to the top rope here. This could be, I was about to say this could be damaging, but Bryan counters. Big drop kick from the top. And Bryan now with an opening. Oh, look. Uh-oh, he's gone to the outside. He's gone to Bryan. He's gone to Kendrick. Daniel Bryan looked like he wanted to get his hands on him there maybe, and had to realise that if he does that, it's going to be a disqualification. So he's turning it back onto Diesel now. And here come the kicks once more. Daniel Bryan letting these ones go out to Bryan Kendrick. Repeated kicks into the gut and a huge one across the head. Bryan is geared up here and could be on his way to victory. Bryan brings in Diesel. The yes lock stitched in here. Diesel may have no choice but to tap out. Will he be forced to submit here? Can he? No, he won't. He'll get to the ropes. That's surprising to say the least that he was able to do that. Diesel now. Oh, the big strike. The big strike, and that has just draped Daniel Bryan over the ropes. I don't think he's got anything left in him. That was a last-minute comeback by Diesel, and it could well have been enough to grant him victory here. Chinlock here stitched in on Bryan. And Bryan's able to get his way out of it. They're busting. Diesel there, and he's still trying to fight here. Backing himself up into the corner now, though. And that could be a dire mistake. Atomic drop. I think he let Kendrick get to him. And he got too riled up. Too heated. Bryan made a mistake. And Diesel will capitalize. Jackknife powerbomb. Into the cover now goes Diesel with 1, 2. Diesel has defeated Daniel Bryan. Kendrick started this whole attack, and one thing is for sure: Diesel and Kendrick have capitalized on it here tonight. That is a huge win over Daniel Bryan there, and Kendrick is going to run away with happiness about this one. He is going to be elated at what he just saw. His bodyguard has defeated Daniel Bryan, and in the mind of the Bryan Kendrick, that is as big as a win over Daniel Bryan himself. Where does Bryan go from here? Maybe it was the getting heated with Kendrick cost him And maybe this will be settled if once Bryan gets his hands on the Bryan Kendrick. That's all down to the Raw General Manager though, of course. But Diesel is able to celebrate that win here tonight. And I imagine when he goes backstage, he'll have to devote it to Bryan Kendrick. We're going to move on though to our next contest. Coming up next, we're going to see Jinder Mahal, the man who challenged for the United States Championship last week, take on a man who challenged it for a few weeks ago, and a man who says he has a new edge to him. It's Jinder Mahal and Tyler Breeze. Alright, well, this one could be an interesting one when you think about it. Two men who are determined for a victory as well. Two men who have had their shot at Cody Rhodes, and, well, in the case of Tyler Breeze, he didn't really lose it, but at the same time he didn't gain the United States Championship from it. So there is a bit at stake in this one. Jinder, though, of course, has something going for him every time he steps out of out into this arena, and that's the Money in the Bank briefcase. Wherever the world champion goes, you gotta think Jinder's lying in wait, just waiting for that opportune time to strike since he won that briefcase back in July. When is the Monday Maharaja gonna be cashing that one in? Is the big question surrounding Jinder Mahal right now. And the honest answer is we don't know. Jinder's giving no clues. He's only got in the face of the World Heavyweight Champion once since winning that briefcase. So it goes to show you how I guess kind of how he's taking his sweet time with it. And he's not bothering, and he's not trying to get in the mind of the world champion, which is interesting for Jinder Mahal. But something else that's interesting as well is Tyler Breeze making his way out here, and look at the difference to Breeze as he makes his way towards the ring. No fairy coat, no tassels on his boots. It is the focus of a man just heading towards the ring. Sure, he's still got the selfie stick. Sure, he's still looking at himself. But Tyler Breeze is a much more focused man from the looks of things. It has been a few weeks since we've seen Breeze. I know Breeze was away changing himself up and making himself a better athlete within the ring. Apparently that double count out with Cody Rhodes a few weeks ago made him realize that he needs to change his act up. The former World Heavyweight and United States Champion and former Royal Rumble winner and former King of the Ring winner thinks it is time to change up his game if he wants to stay, I guess, relevant, if he wants to stay a top contender on Monday Night Raw. Breeze has got to do Breeze has changed this all up to himself. It's that new look for Breeze. And maybe a new focus as well. We'll just have to wait and see how he does against Jinder here tonight, if that new focus is on for Tyler Breeze, or if it's just a new look, same Breeze. Let's find out. Breeze is ready, and Jinder's going to be ready as well for this one. Good amount on the line here. As I said, you know, even though these two men have had their shot at the United States Championship, there is still more on the line for them. Breeze with a win over Mr. Money in the Bank could get himself into a title picture at some point. Jinder's victory here would just recertify his dominance, well, not his dominance, but his deservedness of being Mr. Money in the Bank. So there's a lot going for both men in this one, and a great bit of work in the collar and elbow tie up there by Jinder. Breeze, though, right back onto work here, and look at this, much more vicious side to Tyler Breeze. Right out with the strikes from the bat. And a good hurricanrana there to send Jinder down. Breeze has been, like I said, he's been training himself up over these last few weeks. He's been trying to make sure that he's a better athlete now. But Jinder able to use his brute strength there to stop Breeze right in his tracks. Off the ropes goes Jinder, off the ropes goes Breeze even. And Breeze right back there to those strikes of his, as is Jinder with a hard elbow. Good reversals back and forth by both men right now, and a lovely Northern Light suplex there will bring Jinder down. And now what will Breeze look to do here? Discus forearm. And he's looking to make sure that he's in the driver's seat of this one. Breeze looks like he's working over the head again, perhaps going back to the beauty shot of his and making sure that that'll be the one to finish off this match. A move that has won him a great deal within this universe, and he's looking to win him even more here tonight. He is honed in on working on that head right now, but look at the strength of Jinder there. Spinebuster. A huge thumping blow there for Tyler Breeze to endure. Up to the second rope now goes Jinder Mahal, and well, he didn't really get any of that, did he? But the thing is how strong that spinebuster was. Breeze was not moving out of the way there. And Jinder going after the head of Breeze now. I imagine long gone are the days where Breeze cares about his looks, about where Breeze is worried after getting hit in the head. Now he's just focused on business and getting everything done here. Big elbow drop there from the top rope goes Breeze into a cover now on Jinder, and oh, a 1 count there. But still reason for Jinder to have a bit of concern. Or maybe not, as a clubbing blow to the back there will sort that out for Jinder, and oh, bringing him down there with a bit of a backbreaker from good measure. What will Jinder look for now? Brings him down with a snap mare. And look at this by Jinder. What a spot to have Bryan in. Got that leg locked around his body and then wrenching on the arm. But Breeze, fair play to him. All that extra experience of his has allowed him to get a perfect counter out of that, especially with the hip toss as well. Beautiful bit of work there by Tyler Breeze. Brings Jinder up now. Supermodel kick. Caught him on the money. And the cover now by Breeze as he looks for the win. And oh, 2 count there on Jinder. That was way more focused there by Breeze, though. That counter was very well thought through. And he continues to go to work here now on Jinder. Once more, going to go up to the top rope here. What will Breeze look for this time round? Has Jinder in position. Will this backfire from the top? Oh, went for the elbow. Missed it. Jinder with an STO. And with it, a potential opening for the Monday Maharaja here. Breeze in trouble, maybe. Uh-oh. DDT. Nothing Breeze could do there to get out of the grasp of Jinder Mahal. And Mahal now is in position, looking for the Colossus here. Oh, he's got him. He's got Breeze right where he wants him. The Colossus. It strikes. And will it be victory for Jinder? No, it won't. There's a kick out at 2 by Breeze. And Jinder can hardly believe it. Calling the referee's count there unfair, basically. Trying to blame it on the ref for why he didn't put Breeze away there. But Breeze is still showing the heart that won him the Royal Rumble. That won him the main event of WrestleMania this year. That won him the King of the Ring. Oh my god, super kick by Mahal. That came out of nowhere. Jinder into a cover now, and Jinder looking to use the ropes here for victory. And look at that by Breeze. Kicks out of it right away. And Breeze with a hard strike there, sending Mahal down. And a great opening here for Breeze. As he gets up to his feet, has Jinder where he wants him, and look at this, flipping through into a single leg Boston Crab here. That's incredible by Breeze to get into that. Can Jinder get himself out of it? Using his strength there to push Breeze away. Good submission though by Breeze, up to his feet. Beauty shot, countered by Jinder. That is incredible, to give credit to Jinder to get himself out of the way of that one. And Jinder now into a camel clutch on Breeze, looking for the win in this one. Looking to try and put away Tyler Breeze here. But Breeze says no, slips his way out of it there. And still giving himself an opening in this one. This is another great match involving these two men. Another really strong match for Jinder as well. Step up in Zaguri, countered. What will Jinder look for now? Brings him up, and again, Breeze pulls out the reversal there to send him right back down. These men are giving it their all for victory here, and Breeze with a roll up, but Jinder's legs are in the ropes, so he's not going to get much from that one. Oh, and Breeze ran straight into that back body drop there. That's going to hurt. As the wear and tear continues on in this one, it's the big question of who can pick up the win. Kick in the gut, countered, big elbow to the leg there by Breeze, and he decks him with that elbow. Breeze taking quite some time there to get up to his feet. He's clearly showing the wear of this match as well. Turns Jinder around you. Does he have something big in mind? Reverse DDT. Give credit to Breeze. He has spent the majority of this matchup working on the prime target, the head of Jinder. Uh-oh, but he might not be working on it for much longer. Jinder in position, looking for the Colossus here. Will he get another one? He will. Colossus number 2 into the cover. 1, 2. Oh my God, Breeze kicks out of 2 of them. Just like Cody Rhodes last week, if I remember rightly. Jinder, he just can't believe it here. Breeze moves out of the way. Big drop kick sends Jinder down. This is the Tyler Breeze that we've come to know. This is the Breeze that won a world title. This is the Breeze that won the Royal Rumble. Beauty shot to Jinder. What a comeback in the dying moments by Tyler Breeze. He drags him away here. Breeze into the cover on Jinder. 1, 2. Tyler Breeze returns with a big win over Jinder Mahal, and man alive, did he have to fight his heart out for that one. What a win for Tyler Breeze, and he's wasting little time here, swapping out his selfie stick for a microphone. And there we go, Breeze back on the microphone here and talking about this match. We're talking about how great it is to be back on Monday Night Raw. How much he loves the thrill of being out in front of the crowd. But it's not over for him just yet, because Cody Rhodes, he'll see him next week. But there's the big change, I guess. Breeze says, don't put your title on the line. I don't want to face you for the title. Breeze believes he has a chip on his shoulder, and he needs to prove why he belongs and why he deserves to belong in the same ring as Cody Rhodes. He'll see him next week. Bring his A game, because Breeze will bring the very same. Well, there we go. We know what's happening next week. Breeze and Cody once more, but this time not for the United States Championship. Can Breeze prove himself to Cody Rhodes and to everyone here on Raw, or will it be back to the drawing board for Tyler Breeze? And here he comes. Here we go. I have waited to see the face of the coward who thought he could betray us, and now he enters his way towards the ring. Adam Cole comes forth, and you know he has no time by himself. He has no time to hold it on his own. The moment he showed his face around here, he was in trouble, because here's Dolph Ziggler. Here's the world champion. This is what happens when you betray family, Cole. This is what happens when you turn your back on your own flesh and blood. Don't say you didn't deserve this. Don't say you weren't expecting this one bit. Oh, and look at this. Cole trying to stand on his own 2 feet. Something he can't do without the Bullet Club. Welcome to your hell. Welcome to your fate. And welcome to your doom, Adam Cole, baby. There is nothing left of you when we're done. Without the Bullet Club, you will learn that you are nothing, Adam Cole. And when Dolph Ziggler decimates you, you will learn you are nothing. You want to take this title away from him? Well, best of luck. Many have tried, many have failed. You will be added to that list. Super kick by Ziggler. But oh, don't you worry, child. We have barely begun the beatdown. It isn't over for you yet, Adam Cole. It isn't over by a long shot. You can try and fight back all you want. You can try and pour your heart into this, but there is always going to be one more, and here they are. Well, how about two more for you? Because here's the Bullet Club. Here are the Good Brothers. Welcome to your fortune. Welcome to your fate, Adam Cole. Introducing the big guns, the Bullet Club, the Good Brothers, you know, the people you betrayed. Well, Adam Cole, this just got a hell of a lot more worse for you, and this is just the start, dear boy. This is only the beginning of your eternal conflict with the Bullet Club. You signed yourself up for this? Oh, it was not your finest hour, was it? You have had smarter thoughts running through that dull brain of yours, it has to be said, and you are paying for it right now. This is how we operate. This is how business is taken care of. This is the Bullet Club, and let this be just the start of it all, Adam Cole. You are not done here, not by a long shot, and to seal the deal for now, Gallows Bomb. Let that just be the beginning. Welcome to your hell, Dolph Ziggler. Not Dolph Ziggler. Welcome to your hell, Adam Cole, baby. You signed yourself up for this, and now we set out to finish it. Dolph Ziggler or not, World Championship match or not, it doesn't matter. Ziggler and the rest of the Bullet Club are high entitled on ending your pitiful life once and for all. You may have made the Bullet Club as great as it was, but we are high entailed to make your life as miserable as it may be. We may be nothing without the Bullet Club, but you are nothing without us. You are nothing without the Bullet Club, and before long, Adam Cole, you will be nothing. This is not a warning. This is not a threat. This is not a promise. This is a spoiler.